Greetings, everybody. So I wanted to come on today and talk to you about color. This is for all you artists out there, especially you painters. So this is a quick tutorial. What I want to say is we know that we can all buy a store-bought color wheel and use this in our studio when we're playing with opposite colors or analogous colors, analogous being the three colors next to each other on the color wheel. But if you're working in watercolor, or you're working in acrylic, or you're working in oil paint, and you have your particular brand, let's say it's Senlier, or it's U-Track, or it's trying to find another one, Gamblin. Color is a little different. So you all might remember making color wheels in elementary school or middle school, and you had the three primaries, the three colors that can't be mixed with each other, which of course is a red, a yellow, and a blue. And then we get the secondary colors and the tertiary colors. Well, I recommend whatever brands of paint you're using, if you're using acrylic, to make a color wheel. If you're using, I just noticed I have blue paint in my hair. Hello, indigo. Oh my God. Okay, carrying on. If you're doing secondary colors or tertiary colors to use, do one in watercolor. If you're using watercolor, do one in acrylic. If you're using acrylic, do one in oil if you're using oil, because you're going to get different combinations depending on the brands you use. Okay, so for all of you out there that don't know who I am, my name is Lauren Majkan. I'm a contemporary artist. I'm an educator and a creative mentor. I guide individuals into deeper personal creative expression through transformational art making. My art practice and my teachings merge fine art and intuitive exploration and the spiritual dimensions of our creative selves. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna do a screen share here for you all. Okay, so I'm gonna start and recommend that you all do a color wheel. And one of the simplest ways you can do that is to actually get a bowl, a large bowl, and make a circle. And then a smaller bowl and make a circle. And then you can make a cross and we'll go forward from there. Yellow, a green, the secondary colors. So you're going to have 14 red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, and all the secondary colors. Then what I highly recommend is doing one with tints and shades. And what I mean by that, this isn't the greatest example here because the copy is a little funky, but you can see moving from white to pretty much black. I'll show you a different value scale. This would drive my students crazy when I taught color theory in the university. This comes out of a book called Itten, I-T-T-E-N. It will be in the show notes. I highly recommend it for studying color, Johannes Itten. Now notice over here, it goes from black all the way, adding a little bit of white, a little bit of white, a little bit of white, till you get pure white. You can't see the top from how I photographed this. For instance, here's the pure yellow. It's not as far to get to white, but a little longer to get to the black. And here's probably the pure, I'm guessing here. This might be the red right here, and it goes to black and it goes all the way to white. Once you make this, pin it to your wall. Violet's going to get a little tricky because it kind of comes out a little purple because you're mixing, I mean, it comes out a deep, almost purple into black. So you're going to notice when you do your indigo, I like people to learn on their own, but this might be a place that you cheat a little bit and use your own purple. I then suggest making a subjective color wheel. What do I mean by that? Just playing with the colors on your own. This one is semi-original. This one's pretty darn original, using every color, pretty much every tint and shade to make this image. Then I always recommend when I'm teaching a color theory class to do a monochromatic painting. Now this will give you an example also of the color scale. The purest red is right in the middle and it moves all the way to white and then it moves down into black. And to do a monochromatic painting, I chose a couple. One's right here. I like this one, good design. And then this one is by a famous artist by the name of Mark Rothko. He was an abstract expressionist, highly recommend. His work had this presence about it, very spiritual, very contemplative. You can go visit the Mark Rothko Chapel in Houston, Texas, which I highly recommend to everybody as well that is interested in learning about painter and painters that came before us. Okay, so that's it. That's what I got. But what I want to say to you all is in the show notes as well, you can do my 7 Rays of Color series. It's on sale now for, I think, $35. It's over 14 hours of content. I go into the meaning of each color psychologically and spiritually. I do a meditation, a visualization, and then I do a demo on a large piece of panel for each color and how to blend and how to mix. Yeah, that's what I got. So you can check that class out, 7 Rays of Color, and I'll just put the trailer here at the end so you can watch that. Have a beautiful day. I will see you all again.
Greetings, everybody, to our 7-segment series on color. Being the heart chakra, when we look at the shadow side of the heart chakra, it's when we're not living in our truth. Oh, it has a tinge of red in it. So that is full circle when you think about it, bringing us.
Oh,
They can hear me.
If you want to do a blend, I'm going to show you guys a trick. Right down the middle, dry brush technique.